Hey, let's get into it. Um, there's a pull, I think, that many of us feel, a pull in two different directions. Part of us wants to follow God and to live with clarity, to stay aligned. Our hearts are there. We yearn for those good things. But at the same time, there are these other desires that keep pressing in. It's like competing voices and competing priorities. And sometimes we feel like those two things, they just don't sit easily together. A desire for righteousness, to know God fully as that priority, and also desire, as we saw earlier in James, for the things of the world, for the things that we see around us, for those things of pride and sin. But James wants to speak into that here this morning in James 4, 5, and 6. Or do you suppose it is to no purpose that the scripture says he yearns jealously over the spirit that he has made to dwell in us? But he gives more grace. Therefore it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. James says that the Spirit yearns jealously. The language, I think, is intentionally strong because it's not about insecurity with God, it's about relationship. Uh, God doesn't relate to his people at a distance as employees. He's personally invested, he's fully committed, which means that when our hearts begin to drift, he doesn't remain neutral. It's consistent throughout Scripture. God's jealousy, it's not about control, it's about covenant. That is the way that God chooses to relate to us, like a husband and a wife. And it's that marriage imagery that comes about, and we see that God is jealous for our affection. He's jealous for our undivided loyalty. He's jealous for us. And so God doesn't casually accept our divided affection, because he knows A, what we're made for, but also B, what is going to bring us the most life and joy and hope and peace. And he's jealous for us when our affections are divided. And that can feel heavy if the passage stopped here, but James immediately then goes on to say that he gives more grace. That's kind of a turning point. It's not less grace when we drift, it's more. It's not withdrawal, it's not distance, it's not punishment, it's not guilt, it's not shame. It's it's provision. But he kind of anchors it here in a principle that we see also everywhere through Scripture, that God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Our pride resists God. It holds its own position. It protects itself. It refuses to yield. It digs its heels in, needing to be right, needing to justify. But humility, well, that creates space. And that is where formation can happen. Not in pretending that we're good, but in acknowledging that we're not. Not hiding that tension or struggle, but just bringing it honestly before God. Because His grace doesn't just meet us at our best, it meets us when we are most honest about our brokenness and that division. And so, where do you feel that tension right now? Not just in theory, in real life. Where does your heart feel divided? Well, part of you is being pulled towards God, and part of you is being pulled towards something else. Where are you holding your ground, maybe justifying your position and rationalizing it as opposed to humbly opening your hands? And what would it look like today to take one step towards humility? Because that's where His grace will meet you, and there is always more of it. Wherever you find yourself, God goes with you today.